Dave Marsh, iGolf TV, back once again. Now in the last couple of videos I introduced you to my concept of using the box to help you with things like alignment, both interiorly and exteriorly. Then we looked at things like perception. Perception's a huge part of golf. Think of all golf architecture. The whole point of architecture is to intimidate you. When you get intimidated, you start to do more funky swings. This is a whole circle of what I'm teaching you here. The less you're intimidated, the better your perception is, the less you're going to manipulate your golf shots, and we come right back round to my non-manipulation golf. But I want to show you some more things of how the box works for you. So number one, I practice the box majority of the time, with my driver and my wedges, because those are two of the areas where if I've got phenomenal alignment, I can really pick up some great scoring opportunities. So first of all, with the driver, let me show you some things. So if I put the club in place there, you can see that I've got the toe right up against. Then I'm going to tee the ball, so it only leaves me just a little bit of space. So I know then that if I hit the ball out the center of the club, I'm not going to hit the box. But you know, sometimes I do just skim the box and it gives me phenomenal feedback again. I can see that the path of my swing is moving slightly from inside to out, which is pretty much the path that I want to create this draw. But what I'm seeing is that basically the psychology of my swing and the development of my swing is more like a door, where the swing just comes in, it comes back to the ball, and it just comes in again. And I'm hitting the ball flusher, straighter, more solid than ever. And a large part of it is, when I've got the box raised off the ground, it's able to give me some fantastic lines and some fantastic feedback. What I see a lot of players doing in their golf swing is not only are they moving laterally, right, left, but they also move forwards and backwards. And what the box has given me, almost without me realizing, it's improved my stability on a massive scale. Because now when I'm hitting golf shots, I'm getting set up and I'm staying much stiller. So from this position here, even when I hover the club, I can stay very still, just create a rotation and a rotation. So from this position here, even when I hover the club, I can stay very still, just create a rotation and a rotation. Now that ball has flown so straight from there, you can see that I picked it off the tee, the box didn't move, and I am building a seriously awesome golf swing here that just rotates and rotates. And the box is a huge part of that, because a lot of times that I've swung in the past, I've been coming across the ball, I wasn't ever really sure of my path. Now there are systems out there like TrackMan that are going to give you some of this feedback, but you know what? The thing that I love about TrackMan is it gives us some fantastic numbers, but it does give the opportunity for some players to get overcomplicated with things. The thing about the box is you can set it up. It's obviously a little bit less expensive than TrackMan number one, but you can set up the box, you can take it out onto the golf course with you, and it's going to give you some phenomenal feedback. As I mentioned in the last video, when you start to see your divot pattern change, oh my gosh, are you going to start to see some difference in the flight of your shots. So these are the messages that I want you to take away from this video. First of all, introduce the box into your practice. Introduce the box into your game when you take it on the golf course. The next thing is, get this idea of measurement. So I measure the club and then I'm going to tee the ball up. I also always tee the ball up at the front of the box, never at the back of the box. Obviously I don't want to clip the box on the way down, although if you did, it's not going to cause any damage to the club. You might cause a little damage to the box depending on how hard you hit it. But all of these aspects are basically driven around the fact of that if we can start aiming almost perfectly every time, our swing is going to start to take on a new pattern and a new direction. And that is what I've seen. I have never ever hit the ball so well as when I started to introduce my technique of being able to get the club on the right lines, but especially when I put it into the processor of the box. The box is going to make your game so much different. It's going to give you this alignment, it's going to give you the connection to your golf swing that probably you've always been missing. And you're going to walk onto holes that in the past you found intimidating, and you're going to realize that intimidation, perception, these are all just tricks the mind plays on you. And isn't it strange that it sometimes takes something as simple as a box to get your own box thinking correctly. Now, I've been Dave Marsh, this has been iGolf TV. This is the Box series where we're waking up your game.